Okay. What are we measuring it for?
We're measuring it for to see what size it is.
Right, what size is it? Well, you need the numbers up so you can actually see. What's up, all you cool snakes and neonates? How's it going? I hope you're all keeping well. I'm going to do something in this episode, or start something in this episode that we've been talking about doing for a while, or I've been at least thinking about doing for a while, and that is start on Alita's outdoor enclosure. Let's go and get started on that. So we've got the rabbit hutch behind us, as you know. As you can see, it wasn't in the best of condition when we picked it up. The wood is all rotten, misshapen, it's tacked here, there and everywhere. It wasn't in really good condition. The real bits that I was interested in, of course, was the mesh. So what I've done just now is I've tacked it together so it's in some sort of a square, so I can get proper measurements of it. We've went and picked up some wood, as you can see right beside Theo's cheek right there. So we're going to measure it up, cut that wood down to size, paint it up, bolt it on and brace it all and get it all nice and strong, because this is a rabbit hutch, and as you get build it exactly, because as you know, Alita is a little bit stronger than a rabbit. So we're also going to bolt it to the concrete as well, so she isn't going to be able to lift it up, because trust me, she would lift that with ease. So let's get into it, guys. Awesome. Put that next to the other ones. Child labour is legal, right?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
As you can see, there's a difference from the brace side to the non-brace side. Get in there. So as you can see, it's a lot more stringently sound. I've just got the doors to barricade up because they're not in the best condition. So these doors are going to get barricaded up, that one's going to get barricaded up. While I'm doing that, Kristen's going to start painting it, and then we're going to bolt it to the ground, figure out exactly where it's going to go here, find the most level bit of this concrete that's not the most level of concrete, and then we're going to bolt it down and okay, so we're pretty much there. I've just got one bit to bolt in, and I've just noticed a bracket I haven't bolted on over there. But we're building this enclosure here in mind with a really powerful digger going in. Alita's going in here. They are known for digging, extremely powerful claws and arms. They're good at escaping. So everything I've done here has been with that in mind. Everything's double and triple locked. These doors here I've done away with. They've been properly bolted in. The whole enclosure has been screwed to the ground. We've actually put proper fixings into the concrete, and this is actually properly bolted right into the concrete there. I've also made the brackets longer so it bolts the mesh in, so she can't pull the mesh in out of the wood. So the wood on the inside is showing a little bit of age. It's still strong enough because I've went around and tested it, but I've double checked it and double bolted it in and put a bracket on there so that she's not going to be able to pull it in. The top is latched at each side. The top can't be opened without the hide being opened. We're going to put a latch on this, on our hide section here. So you've got that section there. This has all been brought. You guys seen when we first got it, all this section, none of it fit. It was all really horrible. I've taken it all apart, re-bolted it all into one sort of door section now, so it just lifts straight up there, no dramas. It'll sit there just nicely and you can get in. You're going to be able to get Alita in and out with ease no matter where she goes in here. Just got a bracket to go in there. What we're going to do is we're going to concrete in a pond here, so we're actually going to give her own little mini pond, because remember, we're in Scotland. She is not going to be in this every single day, and she's not going to be in this overnight. It's simply going to be on the hot summer days when I come outside and the sun's out. I know she's going to be safe. All last year I monitored this spot specifically. We've got that giant building behind us, this spot of slabs here, and it is just crazy, the temperature. I think we go like 49 degrees in some sections on some days here, so she's going to get enough basking in here. So she's going to have a pond there. On the hot sunny days we can come out, we can just put her in here and leave her in here while we're in the garden doing garden stuff, of course, and things like that. But it's going to be really good for her natural UV lighting and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be pretty cool. Won't be just Alita that'll be put in here. I imagine Mr. Nubbins might make an appearance in here, maybe the turtle for a little bit if we're going to put an actual little pond in there or something like that. So it's going to be a sort of outdoor enrichment enclosure for maybe most of our animals. We'll see what happens. The snakes won't be able to come in because they'll escape out of the mesh, but for the lizards and turtle and things like that, I don't see a problem in them coming out here and enjoying a bit of natural sunlight here in sunny Scotland. So that's where we've got to so far. We are going to pop downstairs and throw her in it just now. This is the next day after that sort of amount of progress was made. It is sunny outside. I've just checked, there is some sort of a basking temperature there. It's not perfect, but it's enough to get her in and see how she does, see how she gets on, guys. And I'll talk you through it a little bit as well. Ooh, there's that sun. There's a little bit of wind, but where she's going is actually quite sheltered. And here we go. Oh, right, there she is. And there she goes. She's like, what is going on here? Unfortunately, the lid did come off this morning when I opened it up. The heads on the screws weren't wide enough, so the hinge just came off. So I'll redo that right now while she's in here acclimating and having a look. Oh, and there's Vinny again. Hello, Vinny. Vinny's on YouTube. There he goes. That's the dog you guys are always hearing in the background when we're doing videos. Noisy doggy. So there we go. As you can see, there's no freaking out. It is quite big. We still have to do the interior, but we're just getting her in here to see how we go. Got a slab at the back to get a bit of extra basking. She's checking it out. She's not freaking out. She is just chilling. So as you can see, Alita is just checking this place out. I was hoping that that wasn't going to be too big a gap, but now that I see the size of her compared to it, so she's going to figure out, it's going to take her a moment to figure out she can't get out of that mesh, even though she can see through it, smell through it and feel through it. So we'll let her poke her nose at that. That's why we reinforced everything with metal bars and wooden bars and screwed everything together triple as much. So eventually, because she has never been in a cage before, this is her first time in something like this. It's always been closed wooden sided vivariums. So it'll take her a little moment to figure out that she can't get out of that. Or I hope that she can't get out of that. So we've swept it, make sure there was no rocks in it that she could eat. There was someone on one of the tegu pages that mentioned when I put her in here, or when I put up a picture of the Viv, that your tegu will freak out and go crazy. Alita will not. I know my lizard very well. She's very desensitized, very socialized, and she has stalked and wandered this garden a lot, so these aren't particularly new smells for her. She is used to this place. She has wandered this place for over a year now, and I know my lizard very well, so I know that she will not freak out in a situation like this. Alita doesn't freak out at anything. She's desensitized to cars, children. She's an educational ambassador, so freaking out is not something that she does. There you go. It's quite a good size footer, that as well. So what the plan will be this section here. We'll have a swimming pool concreted in, so there'll be a concrete pool sitting there so that she can cool down, because as well as not being able to warm up, reptiles can't cool down as well. So she'll have, like, so there'll be a bigger slate section there to attract the heat. Look, she's already using that to bask right now. So she'll have that section there to bask. She'll have a pond here to cool down in, and of course she has her hide there to cool down in as well if she needs be. That will be repainted, probably a lighter colour to reflect the heat, so that she will be able to cool down in there if she wants to, and vice versa. And then there's just going to be other bits and bobs. There's probably going to fill that with bedding so that she can burrow in there if she wants, and just leave this as sort of concrete and pool. We'll see, we may add in another sand pit like she has in her vivarium eventually. But yeah, she's just figuring out just now that she can't get out of that mesh, or hopefully she can't get out of that mesh. So that is why we put these braces all the way through and bolted it on both sides there, so that that mesh physically cannot come out of there at all, no matter what. And it also, as you can see, bolts it to the floor, and it is solid, absolutely solid. This is a very powerful animal, and we built this enclosure with that in mind. It's actually helping her shed right now. She's popping her sheds off. Yep, so she's just checking it out, looking for any weak spots that she can get out of, and she will eventually figure out that she can't. Now I'm going to re-screw that lid back on there while she checks this place out. And now she's just chilling, sulking in the hide. The smell I thought she would be driven crazy by the smell of rabbit in there, but she doesn't seem to give two monkeys. Been very calm in here. She's walked around the outside quite a few times, testing it for any weaknesses, just like any animal is going to do when it goes into a new enclosure. That's why we built it with her in mind, and double and triple braced it and made it super secure, because the last thing we want is an escaped tegu and the newspapers getting a hold of that story. But no, she's just chilling there right now. She's got her head relaxed on the side. She seems to just be happy and content. So I'd say, great success, very good, very nice. What do you think, Alita? Do you like it? She actually doesn't look amused right now. if reptiles could pull facial expressions, I don't think she'd be, she doesn't look best pleased. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'll make it very clear that this is not finished. We're just testing her out in it today to see how she would do with the cage, before we spend a lot of hard work in it, because we are going to make a concrete pond in here next and make it all bonny and nice for her, so that she's got an awesome little summer house to go and chill out in the summer. But yeah, no, there's been no real tries to escape. There's been no craziness other than my hair today. There's been no there's been no panicking. There's been no real dangerous sort of body language coming from her. She's just walking around testing for any weaknesses, and once she figures out that there are no weaknesses in this enclosure, I think she'll probably just chill out here and do her thing. Here she goes again. This is what she does. There's a little check. Each of them gets a little nose, a little push. She's already christened it with a P. Good thing is we've got a garden hose. We'll just wash that out when she's finished up. But yeah, no, she gives it a little check, a little push, and then moves on to the next one. Right, she's figured out. Come on. Yep, she'll move on to the next one. There you go. And boom, she's done. This mesh is very tough and very rounded, so it's not like a chicken wire, it's actually a coated mesh, so it's very smooth and she's not going to really damage herself on this stuff, which is going to be pretty good. Oh, she's way back in that hide there, look at that. So yeah, that's how things are going, guys. I hope you all enjoyed that. There'll be a part 2 to this when we finish it off and get it looking all bonny, but that is the basic cage done now. So yeah, she can go in here if we get a rare freak sunny day. I'm going to pop her back inside now. And put her back in her own home. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell button, share the channel around. You guys know what to do, you awesome bunch. Take it easy. Peace. As you can see, it's a mess of brackets and bits and bobs. You're the rascal.